The latest news to your favorite tunes. We've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your crew. Kings FM 88.5, just for you.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at lawyers, will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Komotchan, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. Is that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, particularly dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will stop the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberia National Police commenced the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully. Only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But there's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But there's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example. Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
We are grateful to God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe. We are grateful, can help but bless his holy name. He is the good God, faithful in all of his ways, never reneging on his promises, but fulfilling every word that he uttered in the fullness of his time. The great God who hovers, Kings 88.5, institutionally, the God who hovers each and every member, making up the small but effective and united family of Kings 88.5. We are grateful. And thank you too for coming on. You are so massive, so extraordinary, so great. We can appreciate you the more for everything you are. Time is of the essence. Let's get started. But just so you know, we stay count on your support. The King Support Basket, the numbers are on the screen by which you can deposit. We need you. The send wave 0555 885 885 0555 885 885 0555 885 885. That is the send wave. The local mobile money number 0777 017 885 0777 017 885. Whatever amount you can drop in there, we will appreciate it, as we have always appreciated you. Thank you again for being so supportive, so receptive, and so kind for complimenting our effort. We are also giving out some cash. I think it is 4,000 today from our partners, Radio Entertainment Liberia. You want to get 4,000 so that you know, or you can settle some of your problems. Yes. So you're going to have 8,000 from just 50 Liberian dollars. Yes, 50 Liberian dollars. So you are entitled to additional 4,000 free. That's 8,000. You deposit 50 Liberian dollars or 50 cents US, and then you withdraw 8,000. You're not withdrawing 8,000 because you've won 8,000. You're withdrawing 4,000, but our partners gave you additional 8,000 free, just as you've always heard the advertisement, buy two, get one free. So you're buying one 4,000 and you get one free 4,000. That gives you 8,000. Play as many times as you can. The code is *79 and *24#. That is the code, *79 and *24#. Again, I acknowledged the presence of all of you on the show. Time is fast spent. We don't have the time to go into the protocol, but you people recognize. Thank you all for coming on. Thank you for everything. Yes, great people you are. Ugandan opposition have arrested Mwanga Kifumbi, a close ally of opposition leader Bobby Wine, over his alleged role in election-related violence after last week's polls. Kifumbi, a lawmaker and deputy leader of Bobby Wine's National Unity Platform is accused of organizing attacks on a police station and a vote tallying center, allegations his party denied. The police have said that 7 people were killed in the incident, but the politician has given a different account, saying that 10 people were killed at his home as they waited for election results. He is expected to be charged in court. The arrest comes amid rising tensions after President Yoweri Museveni won a 7th term, with opposition rejecting the results and alleging a crackdown in Kampala. Somalis in Somalia and across the diaspora have expressed anger after United States President Donald Trump made a derogatory comments about Somali immigrants, describing them as low IQ and portraying Somalia as unsafe and dysfunctional. The remarks made during the Davos World Economic Forum were widely condemned as racist and demeaning. Donald Trump also renewed attacks on Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, a prominent Somali American lawmaker. The backlash comes as the U.S. government moves to end temporary protective status for Somalis and intensifies immigration enforcement, particularly in Minnesota, home to a large Somali community. The crackdown on undocumented migrants has sparked widespread protests in several U.S. states. Ghana's President John Dramani Mahama marked 1 year in office after his historic political comeback. While economic indicators show signs of recovery, including falling fuel prices and renewed business confidence, the opposition sets major campaign promises, especially on jobs and 24-hour economy, remain unfulfilled. Senegal's President Bassirou Faye has announced generous bonuses and land grants to the national football team following their 1-0 AFCON final victory over Morocco. Each of the 28 players will receive about 135,000 Senegalese money, or 1,500, and a land plot, bringing total player bonuses to 3.7 million. Football officials and members of the delegation will also benefit from cash rewards and land allocations. The announcement has sparked debate as Senegal faces mounting debt pressures, with the International Monetary Fund (IMF) estimating public debt at 132% of GDP and 1.8 billion IMF support program currently frozen. Those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. Let's turn to what we've got on our plate this afternoon. Well, if you have not believed yet, then again, as I have always said, you are living in the world of illusion or a dream world. That Unity Party is hateful. Unity Party is wicked. Unity Party is satanic. Unity Party is a cult. Whether you like it or not, wherever the people are listening from, this is the reality. These descriptions are just what Unity Party people themselves painted. Yes, it. Let me get the first. Sekou Carrasco Damaro posted what he saw and took him by surprise at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. his observation candid. This is what Sekou Carrasco Damaro posted on his page. Listen carefully. He said, I noticed something troubling at the Ministry of Finance yesterday. All former and current ministers' portraits are displayed on the wall, except for the immediate past minister, Samuel D. Tuet Jr., which is truly unfortunate. Let me say this publicly. If the ministry doesn't have the money to print one, I will volunteer to print one within the next 72 hours with the press in attendance for a presentation. According to the information, one of the ministers asked for it to be removed on the grounds that Tuet was criticizing the rescue government. Hold on to the last line or paragraph. According to the information, one of the ministers asked for it to be removed on grounds that Tuet was criticizing the rescue government. When I read this from Sekou Carrasco, as I've just shared with you, I thought to do due diligence to validate the information for myself. And so I went at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, not believing Sekou Carrasco Damaro, but wanted to believe Sekou Carrasco Damaro, and knew that Sekou Carrasco Damaro, given the kind of person he is, would not just bring up anything of a political lie, but to add spice. I know that he was telling the truth, but I thought that it was just right to move so that we add spice to it. So I took a walk at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Yeah. I took a walk at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to see for myself, to validate what Sekou Carrasco Damaro said, because, listen, it was and is still serious. As soon as Sekou Carrasco Damaro posted it went far and wide. Immediately, it caught the attention of the people. The first portrait you see on the screen is to tell you that I'm not second guessing. I'm not telling you that somebody said it or I read Sekou Carrasco Damaro post and running. Sekou Carrasco Damaro post led me, because that's what it is. And that's what they call privileged information. If somebody posts something, you see it, it becomes very important. But then what do? You counter check. You do a validation so that you add spice, not necessarily that you're denying what the person has said or you don't believe, but you want to add spice to what is being reported, giving the credibility of it. So you see that the first portrait, you see there, that's Sam Andrews standing there. That is the Ministry of Finance in front of the portraits. Now, here is the second, but before we get to the second, let me explain it. Sekou Carrasco Damaro post 5 million% correct. Sekou Carrasco Damaro post, the post that he has on his page that I just read. The vindictiveness of Unity Party, when you tell you Unity Party is wicked, anybody who identifies or associates with George Weah or associated with George Weah, you become an enemy to unity party. These people, they are not people that you will want to just think that they are normal people, because they don't do normal things. These guys are vindictive. These guys, they see unity party, they see people from George Weah camp, people who are associated with George Weah, people who are seditions, as people that should have no place in this country. They should not live in this country. This place should just be all unity party. These guys are wicked to the core. They are satanic. These guys can do anything to anybody. They just don't want to. It should not be. They see this place as their dynasty. They see this place as family dynasty. I'm saying it this way. Listen, I'm going there to explain. That's why I said Sekou Kalasko post. What Sekou posted, 500%, 5,000% right. Let's go back to his last paragraph. He said, or let's read the whole thing again. I noticed something troubling at the Ministry of Finance yesterday. All former and current ministers' portraits are displayed on the wall, except for the immediate past minister, Samuel D. Toure Jr., which is truly unfortunate. Let me say this publicly. If the ministry doesn't have the money to print one, I will volunteer to print one within the next 72 hours with the press in attendance for a presentation. According to the information, Kalasko goes on to say, according to the information, meaning what he gathered, according to the information, one of the ministers asked it to be removed on grounds that Toure was criticizing the rescue government. Again, Sekou Kalasko Damaro post the information he sent across to the people of Liberia and the whole wide world, 1,000,000% true. So I went there to see for myself. That's the screen. That's what you see on the screen. You see the portraits there, and you see me standing right in front. Why there? Standing, looking. People are moving up and down, looking at the portrait. And then the Fadiga brother who is assigned or a consultant. Thank you for coming on, my dear sister Duaite. Thank you also. I'm inspired by your presence, my sister Orita Sunday Choir. Hope that you are faring well and you are good. Rita Christine Hades, all of my girls. Good to see all of you people on great people, great ladies, great sisters. You people are so exquisite. Then he came in his all purple African suit, brown, with his hat on. I'm describing it so that you know I saw him in person. And so he was looking embarrassed, having received the information. Then he turned to the guy who is one of the security there called Pratt, a guy that I know very well. So I'm not second guessing anything. I'm confirming that Kalasko post is 1,000,000% true. I could tell from his countenance he was uncomfortable. Sensing from him, what kind of message have we portrayed? What have we done? Why should this be? These are the questions he asked the guy. He said, when this was placed there, then the guy said today. You know, he said yesterday. Did he say? Yes. Yes. He said today. Yeah, he said today. In such a situation, you don't record as blackmailing. You use your mental retentiveness. He said today. Then the fatty guy who is assigned there as consultant paused for a while. The next question that went to the security, he said, how long? Yeah, the guys respond. He said, fatty guy asked him, how long? That means how long it been off? The guy said 2 months. 2 months. He there. He's there presently. He's in a blue jeans and white shirt. Fatty guy, I'm standing right there in disguise. Fatty guy asked him, how long this portrait been off? The guy said 2 months. 2 months. So Sekou Carrasco Damaro was right. 2 months. Imagine 2 months. Then listen to the flimsy excuse they gave. He asked him, why was it? What led to the removal? Yeah, the security excuse. He said the breeze came in. He said when the breeze came in, it threw it down. Yeah, it's a man who is in a normal state, saying abnormal thing, and expect normal people to believe what he said. Such a crap. He only confirmed, yes, it being off. How? Breeze. The breeze came in. According to him, the storm came in. The storm passed by all the ministers. It only went for Samuel Tuer portrait. Only that portrait. How is that possible? If storm comes in, all of those things, they are hanging. They are not built within the wall. They are not carved in the wall. They just put something on it and then it's hanging. You can move there, hold any one of those portraits and just put it off with no extra strength. How the storm will come into the building, did not remove all of the portraits, only Samuel Tuer portrait. And Samuel Tuer portrait is at the rear, almost the end. Here is it. Here is it. When they put it back, you see there? That is Tuer. They put it back. The image that Sekou showed before they put it back, this position here was empty. If you went on Sekou's page, you will see that it was empty. When he posted it, it went far and wide. It caught the authorities' attention and said, oh, come on. Then the next question that came, the other reason the guy gave, he said that it damaged, so they had to fix it. They had to repair it. So let's assume, or let's take it for the discussion's sake, that it dropped, that glass, it damaged. Will it take you 2 months, 2 months to get it back in frame? How serious? What really was the damage? What's the gravity of the damage that it would take you 2 months? So when the storm threw it down, it tore Tuer's image. So they had to be running around looking for Tuer to take a photo of him and bring it, because that's what he was simply trying to say. You see how the guy, they are diabolical, they are evil. They did it intentionally. If the storm went in, it would take down almost every portrait from over there. It was intentional. It was deliberate. It was unregrettable. Only when information came out from Sekou's notice, And the Unity Party people in the building, they knew about it. They saw it because when you enter the building, you will see all of the people photos. They are not small. They're not narrow. They are large. So when this person is not there, you will know. They knew that 12 photo was removed, so they had no time. The fact that this man here was the minister in George Weah government, nothing associated with George Weah, nobody that associated with George Weah should have anything to do with the ministry. But then Unity Party personal property, that government, that sovereign country, past presidents, current president, the portraits are there, whether you like it or not. They serve their country. It is historical. So you can see now when the people telling you that George Weah will not come back, the people telling you what they will do. We are not close to the elections here. You're seeing signs. And that's why you people who are supporters of George Weah, you need to start putting on a radical thinking. Yeah, the guy asked him, he said that today, they put it back. He asked him how long it been off. Fadiga, you go and ask Fadiga. Those of you who are following me or following Kings FM in the building, you go to Fadiga. He will not lie. Fadiga will tell you that he had a discussion with Pratt. I'm calling the security name. They call him Pratt. He's in a blue jeans and white shirt. They intentionally took it down. What Sekou said, I believe it that one of the ministers told them to take the minister photo from there or portrait because he always criticizing. You see how dull and stupid of a people, as if that the personal property. So nobody should criticize Unity Party. Nobody should criticize anybody. This is not Unity Party's farm. This is the Republic of Liberia. When you begin to do things like this, you know what you do into the country? You know what you plunging the country into? You can be that hateful. You wanted power. You received the power by gracious concession from George Weah. Then why the anger again? Why are you portraying, why are you displaying irrational anger? Why are you displaying satanic anger? You already did what you wanted, you get it. You should be at peace with yourself and at peace with everyone. Yet, you are more bitter within. You are hateful. You are grudge-driven. And you call yourself unity of a party? God, damn. These guys are wicked. They intentionally did it. Let the Fadiga brother say that he did not have a conversation. I stood right there. And you see it? Yeah, it's it. Yeah, it's it. Yeah, who's standing over there? That's Sam Andrews. Right there. That's the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. The entrance. Fadiga stood right there in his maroon gown and maroon shoes with his maroon hat and glasses on, dark shades. He walked around. He was waiting for the lifter to go to his office. So when he started looking at the portrait, he decided to ask the security. And he asked him, what happened? The guy said that a storm. How long it been? Meaning, since he said the storm threw 12 picture down. Let me use picture so everybody will understand. Portrait means image, the same thing, but for the other people. Since the storm, according to you, remove 12 picture, how long it been? The guy said 2 months. So he was confirming that they knew that the storm, let's take the word for it. Storm, remove 12 picture, only 12. The storm knew only 12. the storm. So Unity Party storm went to only 12. The other people, no, the storm did not know them. They are invincibles. Those other portraits or images. Only 12 image was physical. So the storm went there. He said, Pratt said 2 months. Since the storm took down 12 photo, it been 2 months. We can believe what Sekou posted, that one of the ministers asked that it be removed because he criticizes the government. Would you repeat that? Why? What is it that you want? What is it that you want from George Weah? You want from CDC? You want to kill every CDC person, every person who associated with Unity Party? Your CDC, sorry, you must kill them. None of them should exist in this country. Is that what you want, Unity Party? What would be that evil? They intentionally remove it. That doorman of a security, he even know how to explain himself. He confirmed everything. He said it been 2 months. Then he said at the storm. So the storm went only for 12 portrait. Only 12 it went for. Only 12. All the ministers, the past ministers, the Gafuan there. Yeah, Gafuan, yeah. Let's go back to the other one. All right, this is Boima Camara. On the side is Gafuan. Because when Boima Camara left, that Gafuan came. So right here, that's Gafuan. After Gafuan is Boima Camara, and then, yeah. And if you look at it, you see that if you can see the image carefully, they were rushing to put it that you see it's not even. They just say, oh, let's do it quick because the information out. Now, Unity Party, oh, then they can get vexed. A group of them saw me down the road between Broad and Randa. Oh, so that you can be saying all kind of things about our government in the afternoon. You'll be dealing with our government. Then when there your boss man, it be kind in the evening. You just be talking all kind of things about our government. But y'all will see. I said, thank God, we'll see. And our issues. I said, but yesterday, that's the same thing you are doing. All of you people were excited, were motivated by it. This is a democratic culture. You need not get vexed. Yesterday, it was joyful for you. It was painful for seditions when they were in power for CDC. Yesterday, you were enjoying all of the things you were bringing out. Today, you don't want anybody to criticize you, to condemn you. Then you don't do the evil, because what we're talking about is the evil. So you accept it. You live with it. You do what is right. Then nobody will criticize you people. Yeah, Fadiga, the Fadiga man, he in the building right now. I just left before I came on the air. That's why we started the show 2-3 minutes with the setup. What you do that for? What's that? What will it profit you? What you gain from that? That today the hurry, the Portway image back. Hurry. Because the information went far and wide. The guys, Unity Party, eh? But the people, Unity Party is synonymous to evil, grudge, malice, envy, hatred. When you say Unity Party, that's what you're saying. They are not unity by standard of Unity Party. They are the opposite. They are the Anthony of. These people, they are wicked to the core. If you're careful, if you're mindful Unity Party people, you're done. They are in one accord with evil. They are in one accord with hate. They are in one accord with grudge. They are in one accord with malice. Wickedness in high place. In Unity Party. That expression that Paul used in Ephesians 6:12, that Unity Party he was referring to. You say, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, ruler in high places. That's why you see Unity Party doing so. What he was referring to, the diabolical instinct, the evil from the heart. That's what he was referring to. The way they manifest themselves. These guys are very wicked. Why will you do that? Listen to the so-called excuse the man gave. The proud man. Let him deny it if he did not speak to Fadiga, and let Fadiga deny that he was not there. The last 4 persons that entered the lift, Fadiga and 3 others, I stood right there and they went in. He asked him when it fell. He said 2 months. So if all that time you didn't see it, the authorities, the people responsible, the maintenance people, or how they call them, that responsible for that thing, they did not notice it to put it back quick. They knew it. That was Sekou said, one of the ministers, somebody within the ministry who did not like what they saw and heard, confided in Sekou, and said they were instructed to remove Samuel Tuer image from there. The people telling you what they will do, that they have started doing, and what they will do even more going into 2029. The people telling you that will be doing it for that. Let's move to the next one. What the minister of messed the country up. The minister of messed the country up. Today, confirmed. You know the minister of messed the country up. Unity Party Minister Pia. He said that they will be returning the 35 yellow machines that they brought into the country. They display it all over. They had the people celebrating, rejoicing. They had the people condemning George Weah, that they were doing something unprecedented by running with it all around yellow machines, as if, like somebody said on Israel Show this morning, the people have not seen yellow machine. Listen, that's true. How I laugh in the office listening to the show. That's 100%. Why would you bluff with something that the people know? It means anything to them. It is nothing new. So the minister said they returning the machines. What did President Boakai say when the media started asking the critical questions, the hard questions, and he was embarrassed? He felt that he was making sense. He did not know that he was just talking, but did not know what he was saying when he said that if the people can't accept the machines, then the man will have to take his machine back, or it will just be here. Come on, president saying that. Now he succumbed to the sense, common sense, that the media was sending across, but they put on their political partisan sentiment and did not want to listen. Now, the same thing that was being said in the media. This is it. and they're returning the machines because financially things are not working, or they are confirming that the agreement with these 35 is no longer exists, so they have to carry it back. And you can't just put the man's machines away. You have to make some payment on it because it's been with you all of those times. Moreover, Mr. President said his friend gave him the machines. So is the Minister of Information telling us that the president is returning the machines the gift to his friend after he said they were given to him by his friend, a good friend? So he returning the 35 pieces of yellow machines to his friend? And if he returning the machines, then it's traditionally disrespectful. It was given to him free. Now, ain't that what he said? So why are you returning them? These machines were displayed all over, from Mamakability arrangement. They were making fun of Joseph Heman Boakai, and he sat down there and allowed these people to use him as a puppet. Now you see it. You see how they have embarrassed him because he allowed himself to be embarrassed. He wasn't critical. We can understand he's more traditional than he is formal with reasoning. Mamakability, they made fun of him. They should be ashamed to announce this. They should have sent it back in in secret. They think they are portraying it as being honest or transparent. Come on. Why are you sending back? Why are you sending back? So that's it. The government announced that they're sending it back. Pia said the government now negotiated with new vendor from China, and China equipment are expected in the country soon. So they are not interested in this other man deal. I know what kind of man, the president friend. Then you want the gift. So he said, no, they're returning the 35 pieces of machine because the government has negotiated a new deal with a Chinese-based vendor. That will take us to okay, let's go to this video that been trending. I think the minister spoke to that apart from the yellow machine. The strongest woman in Liberia, the strongest lady in Liberia, the lady that took the freezer, even the weightlifter. I don't know whether a weightlifter has the strength to carry such a freezer, but she did, and she gone viral. Let's listen to the minister, what he had to say to that.
A small freezer. that was what the guy children were. So what tell the children that good steal. But she's looting. And one morning they were accused one government official of doing something that should be one of the first person to call and they talk to him and be yelling. So the roll, they just steal the country money. But here you are, a fellow citizen is in distress. You didn't go there to help. All old men and women carrying mattresses, carrying people freezer. What is that? So the country's problem is not the way you define it. Because many of us define Liberia's problem to be with officials of government. Where do you come from to be official of government? You come from the community. You come from the mosque. You come from the church. It has already put people to you point, but what did you do? To steal the whole country.
All right. Just to
share that with you. Very good question. Very good question, Duarte. Thank you, my dear sister. Very, very good question. Very good. Very good. No, but the man said, Pratt said, the security Pratt, he said the storm came from the main entrance, the front of the building. And still, how is that possible? The gate, the front entrance has gate. The entrance in the building itself has iron gate, glass door, I think it is either concave or concave glass, very strong. He could not say what time the storm came. So let's assume that the storm came in the night. Everything sealed up. It would not have been possible. Except earthquake and the building is down. He put it on storm. It would not have been possible. In the evening, it would not have been possible. Everybody, everything that's sealed up. Where would the storm pass to go there? And even if the storm managed to pass through some kind of way, that only 12 photo the storm will go to, it's not possible to say. Either way, it does not make sense. It was intentional. It was deliberate. It was on purpose. I can end this with the one that Sekou has just sent again. He said, first, I want to extend our appreciation to the Minister for restoring Samuel Twer's portrait after we flagged the deliberate action by some of the officials. Political differences should never be reduced to such pettiness. Political intolerance is a national danger and should be exposed at all times. We remain committed to an honest and truthful national dialogue, but they don't see it that way. They are too wicked to the core. Oh, yeah. Hey, you saw the United Party heavyweight, Eve Gender, a United Party woman, and heavy freezer carrying it. The minister said that government official, she would be the first to take tell for her. The people were looting because the country had. I cannot tell when last we saw that after the war. I cannot tell. 1990 war, yeah, we saw people looting. It was the normal, given the circumstance. It was the normal, yes. But since the war ended, I cannot tell you how many years in between. It just recently. Ellen's government building caught fire, yeah. People didn't loot. George Weah administration, buildings caught fire. People didn't loot. They stood as bystanders. They just grandstanding, watching, expressing pity, some crying. That only this regime, Unity Party, we see the people looting with ease. They have no time for their own safety, their lives. Because things are hard. People's houses were broken down. People living with friends. People squatting, they don't have something. So when they see such, they can't afford money. They take the risks to get something. If they can land their hair on pot, if they can land their hair on Tiketo, if they can land their hair on mattress, that they'll be able to lay on, while they're squatting on that person's porch or person's living room, they prefer to do that at their detriment, at the risk of their life, because they don't have it. When the country is in acute poverty, that's what happens. Oh, that lady is strong. A young girl, United Party. All right, man. Let me go to the third talking point. Then I can give you the time where we have to move to we are returns to the presidency 2029. That lady is strong. She everywhere. Listen, I like how the people are mimicking it. They are just portraying a different way. They putting it into different things. I saw some on the football field. So all kinds. I love the mimicking. Amen. No, but it was bad. But that's what happens. That's the country there. If those people were in good condition, they wouldn't. They were looting because they don't have. It's not a normal thing of people to loot. It's not a desire. When you see people doing that, certain things just not right with them, they need something. And so they will risk their lives to earn, to get what they can get. It's bad, but for them it's good. That's why they took the risk. Literally, you can advise anybody to loot. We can advise anybody to loot. You can advise anybody to loot. I can advise anybody to loot. But within themselves, they find it necessary. So they took that boldness. They took the risks. They knew the risks associated with it, that their lives also involve. But they would prefer to get what they can get because the condition necessitated it. You can blame them. Last night, Mr. President released several names. Amongst those names, Ko Bangalu, J. Ko Bangalu, goes to the refugee people, LRRC. Cornelia Kra, who goes to Ministry of Youth and Sports. She becomes Minister Proper. She becomes Minister Proper. Why Ko Bangalu becomes Mayor Director. Mayor Director. People are giving it different interpretations. One school of thought said that President Bouaka was not satisfied with the entire arrangement, the National County Meet final, the seating capacity or seating arrangement, that it was not within the protocol, that Alexander Cummings will be there seated and escort the president to take the kick off. Bouaka was uncomfortable with that. Another school of thought said the president took the decision on grounds of mismanagement of the entire process. Whatever it is, we will know the actual story behind it. But just to talk about one of the two saints, if you look at, I do not want to believe it was because of the presence of Alexander Cummings that Bouaka was uncomfortable, but you can sense something uncomfortable from there. Look at Alexander Cummings' image. Alexander Cummings stood over there like somebody who just said to a friend, look, my man, can't be here. But it was not planned for you to be there. But they just look at you based on whatever way they want to appease you, without the knowledge and approval of the other people, using their authority, my man, come, just stand over there. We'll be down there. Just be there. You saw the man's image, how he stood, Alexander Cummings, how Cummings stood over there. Like somebody who is at a place and really don't know why he is there. That's how Cummings was looking over there. He stood as if he did not know what was happening, that they just positioned him there. That's how Cummings was standing, like an innocent person. He looked pitiful, regretful, standing over there. If Bouakai was embarrassed by his presence, well, I can say to that, but the reason given by the executive mansion doesn't suffice to any reason or conviction. No, not at all. The reason they gave for taking Kobangalo from minister position to a director, it is a demotion as much as we acknowledge that service matters. Service is first before title, but that is demeaning, is a demotion. They said President Joseph Yuma Bouakai Sr. has taken a strategic decision. That's what I want you people to know, my emphasis. Strategic decision to expand and reposition the Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission to better respond to emerging national, regional, and global migration dynamics in support of Liberia's territorial integrity and national security framework. What has the president said? He said nothing. He was only being rhetorical, yeah. First thing, that place is dead. No refugee activity. There is nothing necessitating refugees returning whatsoever. My friend works there. That place, he tells me, it's practically dead. They're just there. At least they are within government one more and they can take pay. What is it? How Bouakai wants to expand that place. These are his words. Listen to him. He said to expand and reposition. Repositioning LRRC into what? Repositioning means you're taking it from where it is to a new framework. You're giving it a complete different identity. All of the conditions that you will need for repositioning, re-identifying, LRRC does not exist. It does not exist. What the refugees we have? What's the returnees? What the returnees that are returning from countries of asylum or countries they sought safe haven or they sought refuge? What actually is happening at LRRC? They only chose fine words to flatter Kobangalo. Not us, because we are reasoning people. We have high Q. No, not for us. To flatter Kobangalo. And listen to his acceptance of his position. He accepted it by what the Englishmen call perfunctory, meaning, Mr. President, thank you for the appointment. I accept my preferment. Let me share Ko Bangalu stuff with you. Then we talk about the minister designate or appointed. J. Ko Bangalu, that's demotion. That's demotion. That's demotion. Yeah, that's demotion. From minister, he wouldn't go to cabinet meeting again. He will not go to cabinet meeting. He will wait. He is brief. He will not go to cabinet meeting. Cornelia Krah gets her cabinet position. She will now move to cabinet meeting. Yes, J. Ko Bangalu respond. He said, "Your Excellency, Mr. President, I am honored." He wasn't satisfied. He wasn't pleased. But he tries to portray it like he's pleased, like he wants. He had anticipated the position that he wanted it. No. He knows that it is a demotion. Your Excellency, Mr. President, I am honored. What honor? It's more honorable ministerial position than a director. Why some of the government officials were criticizing J. Milton Tiaje for accepting a mere director position? Ko Bangalu is a mere director. Bouaka reduced him. There's something that happened, but Bouaka does not want to come straight. His office does not want to come straight. Ko Bangalu messed up along the way with that counter meat stuff. Then the lady, in my opinion, Bouaka just want to continue on the legacy of George Weah, so that he will be saying as, yes, Bouaka is promoting women, women empowerment. He made that known in his acceptance speech, his State of the Nation address. Another one is coming up next week, Monday. So he sends Cornelia Krah to the Ministry of Youth and Sports. No disrespect to the minister, and I know some of you women will disagree with me on this, and I will appreciate that. That is the essence of democracy, intellectual democracy. But this is my opinion. You can disagree with me on that. I think that she isn't ready for that position. You say she has the qualification. Yes, she has. You argue that she been an understudy. She served as Deputy Minister, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. Yes. What is giving Joseph Yema Bouaka height? Joseph Yema Bouaka was an understudy. And then he felt that he knew it all. When he assumed the role of president, you see what is happening. What I'm simply saying to you, the top is different, the atmosphere is different, it's hectic, it goes with a lot. Moreover, that lady is a playful lady. No disrespect to her. She is a playful lady. A minister proper. It is in this country that you see minister proper act like boys and girls. They are so petty, stooping so low, and justifying every elementary act. Once you have ascended to such a top level, from that place now, you're going up. You're going up. If you from minister, you're going to what, ambassador higher than minister. I think they're on the same level. But for minister, you're going up, up, up. you're not small person again. But let's see how she's going to work it out as Minister of Youth and Sports. This is her first big job, to say the Liberian way. Minister, being a minister, that's not a small thing. If you listen to some of the ministers, if you just sit with some of the ministers and hear what they go through, you get to know that being a minister, especially in an African setting, is not easy. At the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, oh, she's surrounded by the people. Not much is being done by her over there. Semsti Kuya does almost everything together with the other people. So being at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, not much, not so much of a weight. The weight is going on her now when she takes over. It's just she has to have a full understanding of that place, how it works, and every other thing. She's going to use time to learn on the job. There are certain ministerial positions, no matter what, you have to learn on the job. It's not just being excited that the person is appointed minister. Oh, Bwaga, yeah, Bwaga is serious for women empowerment. Yes, but when she gets there, she has to. There are certain ministerial positions. You have to learn. You have to know. You have to go into and come out to sail through. That Ministry of Youth and Sports is a radical area. But let's see how it works out. We can only say congratulations to her. Her father, Minister of Labor. She is Minister of Youth and Sports. It's interesting. At least today, you should be very grateful, Unity Party people. You should be grateful. You should thank the opposition in this country. You should thank the opposition, because the opposition is civilized opposition. This thing yesterday, yesterday we saw it. The lady that George Weah sent at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning with the name McGill, and it became clear that she is the relation of the former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, now Senator Magibi County, Nathaniel McGill. Oh, Unity Party people. Well, the man, a Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, he appointed his people in government. He appointed local. He appointed his sister. Yesterday, that same Andrew is telling you, no, follow it. Ha. The United Party people, they should just look and say, God, thank you for the opposition in this country. They are civilized. We confess our sins. Forgive us of all that we did against these people. That's the first of 10. I've just told you, the first of 10. Magay appointed people there. The man got his own list. Do you know that the people sat down on this nepotism stuff? They made it to appear that Magay was putting his people there in certain strategic position. He had his own list. And people within, they made the president to believe that we are called Magay to a meeting to find out what he was hearing. Not necessarily what the media was reporting, but he was constrained because some of the people within his inner cycle too started saying it. So the president thought to look into it to find out, to do a due diligence. Yeah. Cornelia Kra, the couple Kra daughter. I'm just telling you today that what the Unity Party, your CDC people used to say on the basis of qualification, once the person married it, that means you qualify. That what CDC was sending across. It didn't make sense to Unity Party. They preached the doctrine of nepotism, cronyism, and all. They didn't want brought those words that we got to know them. Today, all those words vanished. They want nepotism, they want cronyism. Because it's in their favor, nobody should say anything. But that's it. Okay. So those are the 3 pointers. It's 4:30. Let's use the next 30 minutes for you. We can take as many persons as we can. 077-223-9933, 0886-30-4497, 0777-980375. That then we're done for today. Let's go with the. Let's go this way. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
yeah, let's hear you quick.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk today. Finally, on your show. My name is Father Walker in Akwa for Jaratown.
Yeah, Mr. Walker, you are on the air.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for the topic on discussion. But the issue of the photo, the image at the Ministry of Finance. I've seen sometimes some things can happen. We need to look at carefully. The photo on the wall can drop at any time. The stone, sometimes the installation will not well, it can drop. So I don't see it necessary or it being that people bring politics, taking photo down. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, who is in the army?
Yeah.
I'm patiently reporting from the show. Mr. Agnew, this government our full power, I don't know what happened to you. If we're taking the public resources falling in vain, that is my sheep coming carried by a king. The yellow mission that Mama can't bear to start out what I hate to say is graduating for tier 2. Only to hear that they carried it by a king. The country has very no hope. They can affect your full power, Mr. Agnew. Very give your heart now. It's a heart now. The men of God said it, I didn't have no chance to say it, they were looking. You can see that people know Mr. Agnew instead of this, he does in the country, find the country resources to bring their own carry it back. They say another one coming. Then when you carry one back, and then machine better they fire right away on Facebook, even the entire Facebook, not that better they were in AGM too. I say what they say, the other machine for this, they will say, I send it back, Mr. Agnew. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you too for calling. Please hold on. I beg you. Please, if that will cause us not to talk, we are returns to the presidency 2029. It will be okay. I will use the rest of the time for you. Let me bring in the Senator Nathaniel McGill. He's addressing the issue of Cloud Hope Foundation, and that will be good for you to have an understanding of it.
What you doing now? So the foundation is absolutely right to say that we're not doing it because what the law says don't do it. The law prohibits that from happening. We're not against the fight against corruption. That's the reason why we gave the Arab group $2 million to do what they're doing, but they cannot go to do the wrong, and you guys should not even be supporting it. In your interest, gentlemen. You're a journalist. What are you gonna be horse? Most of you get horses yet. But that's salary there. You tell me the salary. Somebody are making people out to your place. I don't build a horse. Where you get the money from? Eh? Most of the journalists making people out. Somebody are making higher money. You're making. I can tell you all of you. Higher money. Nobody is making money on that. Oh. Eh? You make it okay. Nobody is making money for that. Okay, nobody is making money for that. But you get horses. You get horses. I call 40,000, 50,000. Somebody get horses. I call 100,000. Where you get the money from? Eh? Those are corruption. But it's not corruption. Liberia is Liberia. You're building horses. You come to me, Maggie. I want to do something. I give you 1,000. I give you 500. Somebody give you cement. Somebody give you black. Somebody give you this. You pay your lay horse. Somebody can ask you, say, tell me all the donor. Give me the lay horse, the donor, and I pay your horse with. You did it right? It's wrong. So you should not. This is not about CDC. You just think about it. No journalists yet. All of your guys say agree. Then you're making more than 500. But 500 can pay you a mansion. But go see the journalists. Go see their houses. Oh, but I'm telling you. Go see journalists. You see your houses. When your houses mansion, and you see scared. You see that.
Honorable Michael, during your 3-minute deliberations, you maintain that if the need be, you would send a communication inviting the George Roosevelt Willie.
Yeah.
Do you maintain that statement?
Yeah, I still maintain that. We are already working with my police. We're trying to see whether we should invite the Arab people to their peer. Because that's a violation. That's what the law requires. Because Arab is a government institution. We're getting money. You know, you saw the anger in the Senate. You know what I mean? You guys were there. You saw all the senators were angry. This is not. We just want it done right. You know, the reason why we'll get them money to do the job correctly, but they can't do the job. I mean, our people cannot be doing what they're doing. It's wrong. So we don't want confusion in this country. You know, it's a sad day for the country. Very, very sad. And I hope they will do the right thing. And I hope the judge is listening, because we are watching the activity of the judge. The judge knows that the judiciary can be checked by the legislature. We can check them if it is an overbearing or judicial function. They're not there. They can't just do anything without being checked. I mean, you got to understand that they too can be checked. And we have the power to do that. And by checking their conduct, if you're abusing your power, the only thing we can do is to get you impeached. We get 29 senators, you saw almost the whole, we get 30 senators, you saw almost all the 30 senators were very angry. So if it came to impeachment business like that, it would just be quick. It would be very fast. And so I hold the judge listening, and I hope my friend Beryl Clemente is listening. The way he's proceeding is very wrong. We're getting government money to proceed on the rule of law, not to be jumping all over the place. If you get evidence, bring your evidence. I mean, nobody again the fight against corruption, but just do it in the confines of the law.
Thank you.
Senator Nathaniel McGill, Chairman, CDC Legislative Caucus, addressing himself to the Clark Mowry Clark Foundation Arab, that they should submit all the documents about the foundation, and then her legal team, the foundation legal team, responded to the subpoena, requesting that the subpoena or the request be squashed because it has no substance. Hello.
Hello?
I said cut the radio off before you call. Cut the radio off, my man. Cut the radio off. Your radio will not be on when then you call. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
And Mr. President, good afternoon to the listener following your broadcast. I'm Christian. I'm praying for enemy by and I do join the conversation this afternoon from the headquarters of the Veterans Bureau on the Bible Avenue within the whole community. Well, let me appreciate you for the analysis, and I want to wholeheartedly appreciate the Senator McGill for that wonderful presentation. You know, like he said in the presentation, some of those people, some of our people, they have horses that worth more than what they earn. But because of the collaboration and all of the lobbyists, powers and things, that is the reason why you see them building horses and things. It does not mean that they are corrupt, but because of people they are finding a way who decide to help them in those processes. That's the reason why you see them earning what they are earning today. So you cannot tie all of those things to corruption. Madam Kawia Osmo is not just related, limited to Liberia. President Weah is an international icon that people who want to work with him are being president. Moreover, his wife will want to get donation to us because of his role played within our republic. So you cannot limit her foundation to being corrupt. And even if the foundation is corrupt, provide evidence. You cannot subpoena her to provide evidence of how much you spend and other things. And you say you got sufficient evidence against her. So you can go to the court and provide sufficient evidence.
All right,
so that a lawyer can come and be able to discriminate some of the things that you're saying. Thank you so much.
All right. Hello.
Yes. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Victor Parkway from Johnsonville. Thank you very much. And thank to my senator. I just listened to the recording when you play. Thank to my senator, Antonio Falomage. I will say, and we're talking with you. It's just when you fight corruption. Fight corruption in the real way. What you say you then you walk out, go after President to go after President because after President you go after you go after a woman like he was going after. If you see that the woman government to build a place, it's the evidence. Don't tell the woman to bring your evidence, bring the evidence. Let me tell you this. We don't want problem in the country, as my senator said. We don't want problem in the country. Because I'm not here, who want problem in the country yet. But the never give you money. Bring the evidence, the woman will come, she'll come with a legal team. Let me tell you, we're not afraid of corruption. We have one for you for corruption or let's say now for corruption for West Mountain. Let me tell you now, that one can always say it. And now it's grabbing the whole world no and I won't be talking, they don't see it now. And secondly, let me tell you, the father minister, the war minister, the part controlling Associate Maria. The player I'm not going in. The tell you to Minister of State, as well as the she carried them. Let me tell you, the man one woman with nepotism. Now the people get on and the kid knew. But yesterday they were cast again. They were saying all kinds of mountains. But let me tell you, they will live for power. We were there with them for 4 years. After they live for power, nobody will open their money in the country wherever I find your family. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Edmond Carr. And let me say, happy National Fainting Day to the Unity Party people. I don't know whether they're having any program today.
Somebody fainted?
Yeah, today the coming second of January, year 2.
Oh! Evanka! Oh, okay. Happy Thanksgiving 50 Day also.
yeah. So we don't know why they are not having some activities today. You know what I mean to celebrate 2 years as a government, and we are not seeing nothing going on. We just here, Thanks be to God for you guys because you guys are pushing us, and this is why you're hearing some of the people speaking the way they speak it because they just speak volume to the fact that you will see a certain way he found himself as Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Then you are seeing the former First Lady Ben Hunter, and it's just necessary that he spoke the way he did, and AB started talking about similar things like that. Because if we open that Pandora box, you are setting up precedent. Because the thing about the court always go for precedent. Okay? So they'll be asking people, just what he was saying. So all kind of place that we live in, we started it. Do not complain, but we are happy we are there working on the small. Today when you come see it, what will you say? Where you got the money from? I have no money here. I came on the terrace station here to pay for door to have put it to my room for me to move and be there be working smart. So what will you say? So we don't need to do that for our country. Look, if you mind President Weah and the CDC people, you're going to destroy this country on the in yourself when you leave the scene now. Your hair going to continue to be bad down in shame for what you are starting. Look, Question to the yellow machine. Look, say I'm finding it difficult to believe that the government of Joe Boakai is retaining 35 yellow machine. I'm finding it very difficult to believe, to trust it. Until when our times come, they can call journalists, some of the critical voices, to witness the occasion of the yellow machine being returned. Until then, I would not want to buy into, I don't want to believe, because here is the issue. You brought a 35 yellow machine to this fundraising event 1 year plus now. So on the basis of what you took the pricing business from then you brought it yet. You kept it with you for 1 year plus. Now when you have the opportunity to get some money to go get another yellow machine coming to them from China, you didn't say, okay, say we cannot take all the 35, don't take the 18 or the 20 that we need, then we return the rest. But rather, you put it aside and go for new one and return their own. I'm finding it difficult to believe it, as I said, until that return is shown to the critical journalists and say, oh, we saw the machine, them loaded in the ship and leaving the territorial water of Liberia like they did with the Yoruba process when you are passing through Ganta to go, some of the journalists start going. But until then, I'm finding it difficult to believe it that the government of Liberia is returning any 35 yellow machine. Thank you.
Let's go. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. We will see. We won't talk about machine. The machine is over. The poor say, how about they oh, no, that in the lab is free. Umwe, how about the 3 years with Islam? And I'm talking. We're talking about the problem what the beginning in the country. We're not getting food to eat. They got behind our children. Other children in the sea, they need support. Other children in our head, they're working there. We're talking about we're talking about missing. Missing out, I propose sorry they bring one that where they bring it, they don't bring it anywhere there. Where they lie. No one not posted about to bring Missy. Missy was in the country before they our road, they our pass. In I hear what our year. What we're running. And after so we're walking with folk. So now whatever they're talking and baby they're talking. Probably what they go to the air, well get probably 1 minute, 2 minutes, there's 3 hours in I get probably. That is what we're talking about. We're talking about it. They want helping our children. They want to go after the people. That's they want to say, want to see. You open your mouth, one side, the government say, you want to see. But we have the government, we have to see the men start looking for money for the person that say, a woman. So the police came here, that's the camera. You the person, I started the work out person, you want to see. That you have to money nowhere. That's the camera. Yes, they will get a part, they can't bring the paper. Then the one who not get a paper, they will not get a paper, they will bring a paper. Bring your paper, why get a paper, they're taking the more for them. They get the one you're not serious. You're passing around, you get to get a see that. Then you have the paper, you have to sit there, yeah. Our eye open, back, yeah. That's what I want. Take him out and say, Abu.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this Ruben Canada, I call from my Ghana Bay Bell this afternoon. Let me appreciate you this afternoon. But my concern has to do with the issue, the theme of Hope Foundation. So when we're here, President Boakai, his foundation was closed down in America because he was not able to sustain. Now today he's in power, they are rejuvenate his foundation. Is he telling us that the funding that is now going to JMB Foundation belongs to the Liberian people? And see as Katumu Boakai, Oman Katumu Boakai, there was no foundation Oman Katumu Boakai, but government funding is going to this place. So are they telling us tomorrow, because he gave it out to the Liberian people, to the poor, tomorrow, whatever she do, it could be a question for is that why they are telling us in this country? That's why when I saw the hypocrisy in the opposition of Mo Ali, and started also from Mo Ali and other people. Yesterday, the Frank saw with Senator Magay that he has appointed a sister Rebecca Magay at the finance ministry. Today, 2 father and daughter now in power and minister. Two possible and key positions in this country. Today there is no nepotism. Yesterday when Sisi was in power, it was nepotism. In fact, the way this country will go, and they are talking about peace and reconciliation, thank God that this government is not for peace and reconciliation. Because if it's not for peace and reconciliation, these are the fundamental aspects. Because the same thing that you condemned yesterday that is not good for the people of Nigeria, and you allow all it today the power was giving you, do not repeat it for the sake of peace. But it is dangerous for this country. Every day, this guy's laid in
all right, Chief.
The illusions of life is what they live on. I think it's not good. President Boakai, they took you as one of the other in this country.
All right, sir. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. Mr. Andrews, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I come from Apoko Corner, down Coastbone Hill, Winter Community. Mr. Andrews, thank you much for your so many pointers. Firstly, I want to commend Senator McGill for that step. McGill, it is now time that we all rise to confront this creepy dictator. Other than that, they will go into a monster, and 2029 will be elusive. We must all rise together. We'll advocate for the thing to be done before 2029. Other than that, I see 2029 to be elusive because the gangsters are testing the water. And to the issue, my attention has been drawn to Jeremy Pia. Andrew Jeremy Pia has now become a complete caricature of this government. Is this man saying himself? He stays in the public and begin to mock the woman who is looking for me on not typical psychosis under their government. If Jeremy Pia can say about what they told the Liberian people, then they tell the Liberian people say when a Paprika job will waste will work and job will come. 3 years have they created the job. Jeremy Pia, you guys are responsible for what that lady have that lady did. If that lady herself, her blood were going to be squarely on the hands of Joe Numa Boakai and you, Jeremy. You used to be your class reloaded, telling the world that President Weah did not create the opportunity. President Weah did not bring investors. A tendency you will bring job with it. Where are the jobs? The people voted for you with expectation of working, and today the expectation dash. They are struggling, then you make caricature of them. But this is what they are getting, Liberian people. We told them that you guys were instant to their plot, and they told us we were lying. Today, that should be what? And the next one has to do with the issue at the Ministry of Finance. Look, say Andrew, 2023, you know what he did? Everything that he got saw on us pertaining about CDC, they got it castigated. He shattered us. They did not look at the issue, but attack us personally. It is the history of Unity Party. They brought it 10 years on total suffering on our people. Every time they go into opposition, they make the country to look like war zone. Today, nepotism is no longer talked about. Today, cronyism is no longer talked about. Everything they got together yesterday, they are enjoying it and play. For Liberian people, we tell President Weah thank you for opening our hands.
Okay.
Nobody will allow us to win it. Thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our voice on national issue. Thank you, Mr. Andrew.
Hello.
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 Yeah, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Chief, the women's line here, 07779803755 for the women, not men's line. Come on 0772 2399 33 0886 304497. Then you will be here as a male. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dennis Crowley calling from Chapanic Freeway. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the show. And so, Sir Andrew, for me, I'm blessed. I will thank God for every one of you that really, giving us the information, making us to know what is going on in the country. That the country, that the women we have to say, yeah, the papi is so educated, he has the contact, he get all the contact in the world. That's what we're looking at now. So I just want to ask a question. Maybe you may get idea on it. All the things that going on the open eye where because you can't listen to radio. You can hear song or you just sitting down.
I mean, a good question. You need to ask people around you. That very good question. The man said you can listen to local radio. On the ELWA ERW, you're a deacon, and so he listened to religious music, preaching. Then from there, he listened to BBC.
Let me conclude on the Clown Foundation. Let the woman Jeff Family to sit down. The woman, the current friend lady now, she can offer, she can use her offer. Lobby the same way the woman lobby to pay her own foundation. She can do that. Let's get the brother pay everything in the country. The brother is a woman. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir Andrew, this is Ebi Kali. I'm calling you from Bowman Bridge. You know, sir, it's so disappointing and frustrating. To hear our information minister, what was the reason they brought a 35 machine? What was the reason they brought a 35 machine? Then they turn it right again, they carry it back. They all an explanation of Sir Andrew. Are they making mockery out of themselves, or are they making mockery out of the Nigerian people?
They say they enter new agreement now with Chinese vendor. So those 35, they don't need them again. The 35s are 001s. They come in with new ones.
Andrew? You see how the people frustrating the country here? Is it the kind of rescue they were talking about, Sir Andrew? So what I want to say, Mr. Andrew, their mission issue is overdue. We don't have time for the mission issue. Whether they bring it, they don't bring it out of their business. They should govern well because they thought they are the rescuers. But we're not seeing a sound from them. Sir Andrew, thank you for the program, my brother. You're doing well. Thank you, man.
Right.
Maybe the other person to call.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Peter David Castle, I call from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you for the fascinating discussion this afternoon. So, Mr. Sam Andrew, you have just said it all. You see, he said evil derived from ignorance. When you see the guys who are very much evil from the party and hateful, you know, it derives from ignorance. These guys do not understand nothing. So they feel intimidated whenever they hear the name CDC or citizen. So that is the attribute of these guys. And that's what was portrayed at the Ministry of Finance. That being antiquity and also being naive on the part of those ministers that are to the Ministry of Finance. It's very much bad. We live in a democratic society, so the space will be provided for every individual, no matter and their political affiliation and religious affiliation. Just say Imam Bouaka and God need to understand this clearly. And lastly, and to Clamatin, you see, the law is clear. The burden of proof lies on the what accuser. And you are accusing the Clown Hope Foundation of being a state resources and a product, provide your evidence. So the court, the criminal court, I think the judges are there, they need to elevate their thinking horizon. And I always say this to the guy from Unity Party. You are presiding over an educated and intellectual society. So you should get that at the back of your mind. We all read and understand the law, the reality. So nobody's going to twax anything here, then we just sit down and fold our hands. So, Clamatin, find your evidence and carry to the court. Clown Hope Foundation will not give you any document. That is clear. And that particular job that he gives to Clamatin is very much big for him because his IQ level cannot to be, you know what it means to be to recover assets. Are you making research on how other countries can recover? It is a small job that to just do it and based on perception, assumption, and hate. It's not going to work that way. This society has totally changed. We are going to checkmate you. We are going to observe the process, and we are educated. We are informed on how things is to be like. So that hateful and dark mind that you brought,
thank you, sir.
To work here. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Fine.
Yeah, my name is Abraham. You might have called from Christopher. I really want to ask you. So when people go for those things and bring it to the country, they get paid 5 coins, 5 coins, that bring that for that
But that mean a part of the people think you asking me say ask them.
I think that they can pay money to transport them and bring it. So if you bring it and transport it and bring it, transport it and carry it back, is a wasteful spending for the country. How will you get money to do national development? I see how we have been.
I don't know whether they transport that yo, but I know that the president said that his friend gave him the machine, so the friend transported it to Liberia. They didn't do anything. He said that he did not say the machines were given to me, and then I transported it as part of the arrangement. He said his friend gave him the machine, so the friend sent them to Liberia.
Okay, so thank you. So, Andrew, until I said those things that the bosses that they brought from Ghana, they went and printed the red flag on the doors for not doing free. So if I have good for you, Andrew, if I have to say it to you, maybe I'll ask you to give me more transportation. So now you say you carry it back. How do they know they have to eat for you to carry the thing back to him? That extra that you pay away and buy it for you. Pay it, buy it for you, expecting you to use it anyway, you get it free. But if you say I'm giving it back to you, now you will have to transport it there. So what's for penny?
All right, sir.
How can they do that? Taking and doing things in the way they are doing it when they say they are the most sophisticated people in the whole world. So thank you,
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Person, hello.
Fine.
Thank you plenty for informing us. You know, I'm Tamabuno calling from Kowa. The reason being that Joseph Boakai arguing like this, our president arguing like this, we don't believe he will bring the Liberian people. Yeah. When you are dying, George, we are talking and carrying out this place here and making where today he can't speak to George. He can't speak to the other people. Even when you hear about George, who working under those people who are working under George, you just got to make them, he just got to subdue them in a way that they must join Unity Party. And he lying. 2029 will come, and I don't care what they do, they will not be able to get back to that seat again. And they're making their session. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, so why are you coming with 2020 now? You say 2020 now, because so like many parties do not prepare for 2020 now. You have to be transferred to the jail.
What is your name now? What is your name? What is your name now, Chief? What is your name?
Yeah.
What is your name?
Yeah. Oh, well,
mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's hear your defense of Unity Party.
Yeah, why I try to say, you guys want to fit in there, why the president running after it, that is the interest of the Liberian people. So the machine come, he having to go back. He have to go back on one president, so I want to make it there, like, if they are good in a happy, other people are embracing this country here. This country needs the rule and regulation that are going on. Everybody in this nation will need a better thing. Look at it, they want to move now.
All right, Chief. All right. Okay.
So what I'm saying here is they're saying Jogia coming back. So why are you coming back with? Why are they play? Why are they scourging? Are you coming back with? Or you just say Jogia coming back? So like they party that won't come back.
But are you the one that won't worry you? That question goes to you. Hello. Yeah, I hope you understood yourself clearly. That one went to you, my dear. For you, not for us, though. At least you're a friend for the statement. George, we are coming back. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Nicholas Kofa calling from Ghana. You know, I'm really sorry that Liberian people, they never sit to think what happens before they bring the government to power because of lying. Mr. Boakai told the Liberian people that you were sitting on loan. You were not having something to even take care of himself. Today now he become president. He big down without us. Info ya. Because the ladder we are building one thing. For fine for himself. So let's see. And they say they want document, they should come. How they should do that? They should do it. But if not there, she's super person, she doesn't learn, she doesn't know what she's doing. They have been put you all over here in a dump there. They're not thinking on it. But I wear a foreign color. She never called children say, and your couple, they color she look for her own money. And like today now, she acting here, she the best person, or Bwaka the best person. So they do, and they ultra they're selling the ultra. Okay.
All right, Chief.
So I have to say now.
Thank you. Hello.
Okay, Andrew, how you doing?
Fine.
How do you think so?
Let's hear you. Yeah.
Andrew, nothing else the Akla we have for. If you really listen to that to Wakla Master Senate, that paper, what they go send. They said that the crowd we have to give the people who help us should give the near their number. Nothing else because Katumo no get no contact, so they won't use that to beg the people. That what I think of. That what they want to, so but they want to wait in the way that to come ask the woman, but they want to wait like a quote something there, the woman to something from the country. So the only thing if the woman was sending over the office, she said everything to Madam Bwaka. So if she see anything, what they see, they can call the woman. But no, they get nothing on the woman that just because they want, just they didn't get no contact, and she get no contact to money for. In her own foundation, so she won't use that means to say, oh, the woman gave the people number, the woman gave the people name. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
All right, thank you, Marie. Have a nice day. Thank you. You did extremely well. Let's take this one. You've been on for a while. Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah. By way of introduction, this family, I join your discussion for Omega Market is legacy of former President Weah. Are you getting me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Andrew, the major issue affecting Nigerians now, this particular government does not want to address it. Mr. Andrew, they put afford damage for this country on an international level, in the diplomatic sector, see what is happening there. You know what it means for sitting president to tell a follower to go and insult other country, our traditional allies. Today, the State Department does not want to hear the name Liberia. When it comes to that, major thing that, and they talk about Flower Foundation that is supposed to be beating, giving children hope for the future. They don't know what the damage they have got. Then they want to divert our attention. So the same Andrew is good at that. They want to divert our attention. And we're never happy. They have caused damage to this country on the international level. It's very serious. Today, Donald Trump is angry. America is angry with this country. Let them forget about Flower Foundation. The woman using a contact around the world, lobbying, helping other people, giving people that are watching, writing, and hope for the future. Then they stay right here because they work with a 50 year, they never want to establish anything. It's very sad, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for spicing up. Okay. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew. How are you?
I'm fine.
Momo calling from Fenda.
Let's hear you quick, Momo Koli.
Yeah, thank you. The brother is asking what we coming by way.
Hello? Momo, you stay on. You stay on. You need to walk from where you are. You one muted, Momo. I didn't read the comments. Then we can move on. Precious Dekukai said, Happy National Fainting Day to all those tiny you-paced gangsters. Josephus Manen, that lady was in Y Unit during the war. You know her? Jeremiah Lablad says, that is GMB daughter, referencing the Freezer Strength lady. Dwight writes from Minnesota, the building do not have a roof. How is it possible for a storm to take down a picture that's in a building down? Yeah, very good question. Ray always vow, we need something new, not machines, all useless bosses. Let them debunk President Weah voice that they have not initiated anything. So, Vice President Jeremiah Cohen, I think they, if not all, some of the guys will get uncomfortable with him. Some of his unit party supporters are feeling uncomfortable, disagreeing with him. If his boss doesn't disagree with him, well, then he's blessed. But this is what they don't like to do. We have seen it all over the place since the coming of the Unity Party government. The hospital, Zedro Referral Hospital, was dedicated today, and the vice president did not hold back, did not miss his words when he acknowledged and attributed the construction to former President George Weah government, and then will recognize Ellen Johnson Sirleaf too. They didn't want to be exclusive, but at least whether it was perfunctory or it was something that, say, let me just say, that's the reality. It is from there that I said his people might have a problem with him because they don't like anybody recognizing from Unity Party anything that George Weah did. The groundbreaking for the overhead pass, they know who initiated that. They told the Minister of Public Works not to mention anything the CDC government. They told the Chinese ambassador, your address should not mention anything George Weah government. They told him, if you are mentioning any former president, let it be Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and not George Weah. Beyond that, we've seen gatherings, dedications, they were not attributed to Williams. So if the vice president come under fire from today going, then he lucky. But this is his position. He acknowledged former President George Weah for what he termed sustaining strong ties with the German people, which led to the construction of Zedro Referral Hospital in Grand Jide County. He did the dedication today, commending former President George Weah administration for maintaining those relationships and for initiating the construction of the hospital. It's simple. What will it take from you? It will mean nothing. If you were not there, somebody constructed something or they initiated it and you didn't do it, you didn't do under 2 years or 2 years, nothing about you. The structure being there before you came in and you took over and you dedicating, it's all but fair. It's national, it's patriotic. That my predecessor started this work. It was initiated by the CDC government. It came off the ground by former President George Weah. It will take nothing from your government. Nothing will take from your government. It will only show that you are honest, you are patriotic, you are nationalistic. That's leadership by attribution. You just say, yes, it was. Weah did it, yeah. Those things that Ellen initiated, we have finished them, went to dedicate it. He did not take the credit. He attributed it to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the ones that he constructed from his own lobby. He stated it. That's how it goes. So we wait to see whether they will blast the vice president, Jeremiah Combe. Let's take this break, then we inject something of Wyatt's return. Then we go home. Not long, we're going to take on that because we've just under 15 minutes. Let's have this break. Where are my two guys? Where are my two guys? Okay, let's have this one.
My problem with this process is that Claude Martin is doing a fishing expedition. Claude Martin is doing a fishing expedition. I would think when you are subpoenaing documents, I would think when you are subpoenaing documents, there will be specification of documents that you are going to be subpoenaing. But they are asking that Claude, we are bring out documents. It's like, Claude, we are go in your vault and bring all the documents that you have and bring it before the court. That's the way it looked to me. It's like a fishing expedition. We don't have nothing. We don't have anything in our hand, but we want the person to prosecute. We want them to produce evidence against themselves. Do you have a law in Liberia that you will base your legal premise on to carry a first lady to court because she solicited donation by herself to build an institution? Everything in Liberia should be based on law, not on feelings, not on sentiment, not on wish, not on witch hunt. This is a stinking process that the asset recovery team is on. It's a rabbit hole that they are putting themselves, because there is no way that you can go out there. I'm not a lawyer, but what lawyers I've talked to, lawyers I know, if you want to ask for document, you don't ask for blanket document. You can't just go and bring any document that you got when you're asking, when you are filing for a subpoena for Ducis Ticon. You specify what kind of document that you don't still have in your possession that she has. In this situation, we don't see a list of documents they want. Do they want the article incorporation? Do they want donation donation list from private individual? Do they want government cutting check to her from the ministry or from the national bank of the central bank? What kind of document are they looking for? What kind of are they looking for? A document list of children? Are they looking for a document of some kind of her own money that she may have taken to start the process? And there wasn't enough money that I was earning, and I have to go to beg people to help. I took their call card. I took their business card. I called them. I engaged them. There is no law in the Liberian system currently that if a first lady goes and asks for donation from outside, then she can be prosecuted on the basis of that law. We want to see that. But this is a rabbit hole they are going to. But here is the thing. Here is a trap they want to set for us, the prospective sedition and seditions. They want to think that they want to introduce an ideology that we will say, no, it's not supposed to be so. Then they say, oh, they don't respect the law. Let me just tell you, let me put the people on notice. Let me put President Bouakai on notice. Every flashlight you show, it will be shown 100-fold back at you. The trouble you are looking for, that trouble will come after you leave power. Because everything that you do will be copied 100-fold. We cannot allow someone like President Bouakai to bring trouble in our community. Claude Martin is not credible. This man is looking for a fee. He's looking for money for support his budget. And so he had to bring some silly cases before the court so they can say, yeah, Claude Martin is working. There are so many cases that he has not even gone through. He's not able to prosecute. But he's looking for additional one. Okay, let's go to Claude Martin, the first lady. Oh my God, Claude Martin has cut the buka. That the biggest thing he's going to, we got to gain some money to be able to prosecute these people. That's all Claude Martin is looking for. To eat some of the money, to steal some of that money and then fill his belly. But this rabbit hole that they are digging, CDC will not forget that. People like George Weah are living in this world for peace to reign, and that's why you people don't respect. People like George Weah are living in this world for unity to reign, and that's why you people don't respect in this country, in this world. People like George Weah are living for coexistence to reign, and that's why you guys don't respect in this world. Katuma will pay the same way legally if they do anything that is stupid and is not correct. That rabbit hole that they are going in, that rabbit hole will be too long and too tedious for them to get back out of it. This is not a good example. Like, do not allow themselves to go through this rabbit hole.
So let's go home with what they don't want to hear. It pains them to the core. I hope and I know they are listening again. They will get uncomfortable every day, except they didn't do it yesterday. They will have to live with it. There's nothing absolutely they can do to avoid it. No, they cannot. George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. LEC still on and off, bad off everywhere. Rescue mission can sustain electricity. Weah returns. Where are my two guides? Yes, where are my two guides? Where are they? Let's go.
George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
The atmosphere is bubbling politically. Fears are running through the spines, bones, flesh, marrow, skin, soul of Unity Party supporters. There is uneasiness within Unity Party. There is confusion within Unity Party. They are thinking. They are worrying. They don't know how to wrap their heads around what they want to do, because our culture does not call for that. They know that they cannot in any way defeat George Weah 2029, and they cannot do anything to prevent George Weah 2029. They know that anything other than a free, fair, transparent, and credible elections will be counterproductive. Hence, they can do nothing. We know they sit over millions of dollars. They are apportioning for 2029. And this is what I can tell you people under the caption, George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. One of the things they would do, they said that George Weah, a government, which was not true, had 2 million, 3 million. They say he had in Liberian parlance, 3 million. Then you lost election. They said it repeatedly all over. They attributed that, meaning you spent so much money, yet you didn't win the election. They cannot use the military. They cannot use the police. They cannot use any other machinery. They can only use the weapon available to them called money. They're not going to sit supinely, rely on their rhetorics. They will use money. Get ready to eat Unity Party money. There is no party in this country now that has money. They said George Weah used 2 million, he lost election. By that reasoning, they will use more than 2. Meaning, when they said that CDC used 2 million, CDC government used 2 million. They had 2 million apportioned for election, yet they lost the election. By their reasoning, the 2 million was not used appropriately, was not used wisely. For them, they will use money, but they will use the money wisely. They will use more than 2 million. Don't wait for a campaign. They have the money right now. Everywhere Unity Party people sit, they have been told to set money aside. Every agency, every ministry. The instruction went out, is credible, is authentic, I'm giving you, to set aside. They have started preparing monetarily for 2029. Don't wait for 2029 because the money is available now. Start eating Unity Party people money. Start eating their money real good. Flatter Unity Party people. They love praises. One of the ways I told you you can eat Unity Party money free. They are so stupid and dull, like to hear condemnation of George Weah. Flatter them, make fun of them, bring the fool of them, bring the clown of them by telling them George Weah not coming back. Once you can say George Weah not coming back, George Weah messed the country or George Weah will never come back, you get Unity Party people attention. You make a request for 100, 150, they're ready to give it to you. That's what they want to hear. Too dull of a people. Just flatter them that way. Say, George Weah not coming back to power. George Weah messed the country up. That is the stupidity of Unity Party people. I use the word intentionally because that's what they're moving with. It is their item. It is their cliche. So the statement they're so obsessed with, to flatter them, use that same statement. Say, yeah, we are not coming back. That may mess the country up. That may suffer off for 6 years. You yell at Unity Party people, but who bringing that man back to power? No, my man, what are you taking? Then say, no, I can't drink. I need some money to do things. $50 will come from the pocket. $100. That's how they operate it. that the country money, flatter them, eat their money. If they can't give you the money, if they can't give you the money, and they will give it because they need you. If they can't give you, no, don't. You saw when they were having the campaign launch, not campaign, but rally, the number of people that ate money from them, they flattered them. They were giving money. They were flattered them that, yeah, Unity Party going to launch for our headquarters December 6th. They were splashing money all over the place. The people who said was extravagant, was misusing the country money. You saw what happened in America for that UN Security Council seat, and you also had they were splashing the money deal on there. Then they had a giving journalist who was very critical. That's why I said, look, if you think the war we're living in, if you think there's neutrality, then you need to go back, reborn, and come. Or you need to go in heaven, ask God, and God will tell you no neutrality, then you come back, you believe it. There's no neutrality. The journalist that was critical, talking to CDC, misusing the country money, this and all the kind of thing. They were in America, Unity Party are splashing money, wasting money on the floor. They were there reporting it, meaning they were in it, describing, giving it the best of all descriptions. They came back to Liberia. They never said anything that was wrong. Seditions took, say washing car, no neutrality, either morning. That's all I can tell you. Either morning. They can't stop George Weah from coming back. Come back is normal. Come back is natural. Come back is a blessing. Except George Weah did not do anything for this country. Except George Weah forced himself into the presidency. With either of those happening, George Weah has the people, the Unity Party, and they cannot stop the people from electing George Weah again. There is nothing that is not in place. Everything is in place for George Weah to return. You can see the signs that are foreshadowing, the signs that are coming before the event, the signs that accompany the miracle, the signs that accompany the breakthrough, the signs that accompany the testimony, the signs that accompany the comeback. You see all of them in place. You see them unfolding. And these people, they are seeing all of those signs. Again, let me say, you will not believe it. If you are faithless, well, then that's it. But it's not much of faith, but the reality. Joseph Yeoman Boakai can turn Liberia into heaven. It would still not give him 2029. If you are a supporter of Unity Party, well, this could be a good dream for you. Boakai, your standard bearer, your president, can turn this country, whether 6 years, under 6 years, into heaven. It would not still give him 2029. You would see the biggest, you will see resolve. You'll see the thing they call resolution. Unbreakable resolution. Be running all around, let them flatter you. Let them give you energy to be screaming. That 12 years, Boakai will never stay there 12 years. Boakai will be defeated in 6 years. They're only making you to feel fine. They're making you to feel comfortable within your skin because they see you as surrogates. They see you as peasants and downtrodden. They see you as people below. They see you as people who fall for crumbs. They see you as people who just make noise all over the place so they can use you as surrogates. And that's what you allow yourself to do. So you are excited, you're motivated, Joe, we are not coming back. And the president doing this, and Baga developing the country, and Baga doing well, and Baga doing it, Baga doing that. When you go home, then you're thinking how to get this, how to get that. When you are suffering, when you need something, you can. Some of you, you're battling school fees. Some of you can hardly have it to even eat kobo, but you're yelling at 12 years. Some of you can hardly have it. Some of you are renting. You're scratching your head thinking how to pay your rent. But they cannot. Many of you, I cannot tell you how, and you know that I know. Going to these people offices, telling them about your rent, and you cannot receive $5 from them. You can't even see them. You are telling people that you supported Unity Party. You voted for Joseph Yema Boakai. Look at the lady. She said she voted for Joseph Yema Boakai. But it is Joseph Yema Boakai partisans, Unity partisans, that sodomize her son. That's how they see you. It wasn't seditions that sodomized her son. She admitted that she supported, she voted Joseph Yema Boakai. She said it. But what happened? Joseph Yema Boakai, Unity Party people sodomize her son.
This is the beauty. He just acting that type of way, so it making me afraid. I am not satisfied with this church, and my son is not comfortable with him. I'm calling on President Joseph Yema Boakai, who I voted for since 2011. I've been voting for him. Who I voted for since 2011. I've been voting for him. President Joseph Yema Boakai, who I voted for since 2011. I've been voting for him. With him. I'm calling on President Joseph Yema Boakai, who I voted for since 2011. I've been voting for him. I'm calling on President Joseph Yema Boakai, who I voted for since 2011. I've been voting for him. I'm calling on President Joseph Yema Boakai, who I voted for since 2011. I've been voting for him. I'm calling on President Joseph Yema Boakai, who I voted for since 2011. I've been voting for him. I'm calling on President Joseph Yema Boakai, who I voted for since 2011. I've been voting for him.
That Joseph Yema Boakai Unity Party partisans sodomize her son. She is a partisan of Unity Party. Unity Party sodomize, gang sodomize her son, that today the boy life is in the hands of God only. Thank God, not seditions. The same Unity Party people killing you before they can even get to 2029. They see you as righteous. They see you as peasants. They see you as people who are not to be respected, but to be used. Keep on yelling all over the place that 12-year Joe, we are not coming back. As I've always said, we're not thinking about 12 years. We use every day given to us by God. When we get to 2029, we are in 2029. Until 2029, George Weah uses every day that God gives him for preparation. I told you yesterday, George Weah is not thinking about 2029. George Weah thinks of today because he is in today. Every day that comes is the day afforded to George Weah, afforded to the opposition, afforded to the Congress for Democratic Change, afforded to us. And so we use tomorrow afforded us, we use it. That is why we don't brag of 6 years, of 12 years. It is not for us to brag of 6 years. It is not for us to brag of 12 years. No, it is only unto us to use every day preparatorily given by God. Like the saying in Liberia, when we get to 2029, we cross that bridge. But here is it. George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. Thank you for being with us today. I appreciate your presence. You spice up the show. Let's do it tomorrow. The news is on at 6. Join us for King's Newsroom, please. And then at 8 this evening, the teacher of the land, the light of the nation, the evangelist, the Anthony at law, A.B. William, with Face the Issues. Until tomorrow, if God permits, this is how we go home.
Rastafari. It's a redemption day. Wagwan must struggle. Wagwan revolution people.